Welcome to my announcement for my newest challenge that is starting before the last challenge is even done. This is my fourth challenge, my fourth year-long challenge. This one will actually be a year and a half because of the math. So, 444 days is how long this challenge will be. This was designed with me by my niece and nephews, my sister's kids. This challenge is called 444 Hearts. It was supposed to just be a giant blank heart with the 444 hearts at the bottom, but I let them color it in when they were visiting back in June. There's a butterfly gun and lots of other hearts they drew. Anyway, they have my heart, so that's just fine with me. Anyway, here's how this is going to work. I have a bunch of hearts, like stickable hearts, and tiny ones too, I think, in here. Yeah. And little push pins. Some of them are all around there. I wonder if the reason it's this one. It's a little better. Anyway, so basically for the next 444 days, starting on Monday, November 4th, I'm going to be posting a cover song of somebody who's inspired me, or something I liked playing, or something I liked listening to, or something I liked singing, anything at all. 444 of them. Maybe get some friends to do some guest vocals. And there's a subset challenge inside of this challenge that, if I'm feeling really epic, a little later in the process, that I'm going to do too. That's going to involve... I'm exhausted just talking about this one. It's going to involve people covering my songs and helping them, like maybe making the piano parts for them, and then they'll sing it, and then releasing, as many other voices as, I don't know. I was going to set a number like 77, like 77 friends, and then I was like, I don't have 77 friends. I don't want 77 friends. No offense. I'm sure you're lovely. I want like 3 friends. I have chapstick all over. I'm just very, life is hard. Challenges are hard. A lot of things I always thought I wanted, I'm finding I don't want. So if you're like that, if you think you want certain things and then they're not coming into your life, it could be that life needs to teach you that you don't actually want them. So, I don't know. If that sounds like you, I'm going to close this again. I actually think the lighting is weirder now. It's like a mixture of 2 kinds of lighting. I don't know. Whatever. Or I'm just broken out and splotchy, but I'm not really wearing makeup much these days. Anyway, yeah, that's my announcement video. 444 hearts. Starts Monday. I'm going to keep doing the 52 Dreams Challenge for the remaining, I don't even know. That has like 30 more weeks, I think. So 30 more weeks of drawing out of those jars over there. I don't think I can zoom in. I gotta actually get up. Like 30 more weeks of drawing out of these jars. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm learning from all of this, or if I'm just keeping busy, keeping myself out of, Facebook rants, and I don't know. I think that the real and honest reason why I wanted to do so many cover songs is because I was pretty self-conscious after the 365 songs 2 years ago. I have a whole upbringing of playing tons of other people's songs, including like Beethoven and Chopin, and I think I realized I wanted people to know that I wrote so much. Like, I wanted to be known. I wanted to feel known. But it also made me feel kind of like misrepresented, like I misrepresented myself. And in reality, some people have called me like a human jukebox, and I used to music direct like 30 different musicals, and so I had to learn like 200-page scores for those, and then play all these other people's songs while other people sang. I mean, for most of this, I'm just going to sing just because I do like my own voice. I didn't used to, but I do now. But also because that's easier. I'm noticing that, like, a lot of the reasons people who identify as songwriters want to sing their own songs, or at least in my case, it's because I hear the melody a certain way that I want it to go. And so, other than like maybe one song a year, the idea of like working with a vocalist to get it to sound melodically the way that I want it to go, not stylistically, but even stylistically sometimes, like in terms of the emotion or the intent behind it. I feel that a lot of songwriters, like if you go back to like the James Taylor era or something, or what's a famous one? There's tons of famous ones. Anyway, but the whole reason I would want to sing it first for someone to have as a reference is because stylistically or emotionally, there's something I'm trying to capture. I'm to the point now where sometimes I won't even ever re-record a song after the first initial recording when it was being written, because that captured stylistically what I wanted it to sound like, and to try to recreate that I can't do. Like, I don't have that performer thing that a lot of people have, like a Broadway star or even like somebody who's like a pop idol or something. Like, I can't recreate the exact right feeling for a lot of my songs. I can do it on some, but not a lot of them. And so, you know, once I get it, once I capture that, that's probably why a lot of my albums are slated and I've never finished them, is because I have this pressure, this expectation on myself to capture that feeling for these songs that I've now been playing out at shows all the time. And these songs became a big deal to me, and I didn't record them early enough in the life of the song. Because I didn't record it early enough, now I'm terrified to not capture the right vibe. Anyway, so I'm trying to kind of, maybe I'm using this challenge to get myself over that a little bit. Like, if it's a song every day for 444 days, like, and I know they're going to be cover songs for me, but if other people do one of mine, like, there isn't going to be time to sit and belabor the vibe or the tone, even when people do my songs, which that's just, I mean, I wanted to say that's a selfish thing. I almost did say that. Like, selfishly, I've always wanted people to cover my songs because I've wanted to hear what some of these songs sound like on other voices. I've always wanted that. I wrote 3 musicals, and I got to hear what other voices sound like singing my melodies when I wrote musicals, and I loved it. A lot of people have more trained voices than me, or more expressive or rangy voices, or voices with a lot more power than I have, and I love that. Oh, so also, disclaimer, if you ever want to cover one of my songs, just, like, go ahead. Like, I'm not making money off any of this, so I won't ask you for money or whatever. I mean, if you got, like, super famous off one of my songs, I would appreciate it to get something, but no, even that feels gross to say. I mean, credit me, but you know, basic common decency. Like, but other than that, like, we live in a very weird world now. You can't really own things to the same degree that you used to be able to. So, I mean, forget it. I can't go down that thought hole. That thought hole is like a weird fear-mongering hole that people try to have you go down, and I understand where it came from. In the old days, it maybe really was more like that, and intellectual property was something people had to protect more back then. But anyway, so also I should say, you know, if you're somebody who I cover and you end up having a problem with me having your song up here, please just let me know. I'll take it down. No skin off my back. I'll even remake that day. Let's pick a different song. So just let me know. Otherwise, I imagine in this world that we live in, it'll just be a little social media boost for you. I'll tag you. I'll put it. But even that, like, what's that going to get you? Nobody watches. I've tried to learn not to use absolutist language. Some people watch my stuff, but it's not some mass amount that's going to, like, change your life. So, I think that's it. That's the 444 Hearts update. 444 different moments that my heart was moved. I was going to do 444 different people, but then I realized I couldn't default to, like, just playing through the whole Beatles book if I ever needed to. I can't make it 444 different songwriters. I will be repeating some because I have some favorite songwriters in my life. Yeah. I hope this one is fun for you. I hope you enjoy, I don't know, following along. If that's fun, I don't know if it is. I really don't. I think this is a very solitary and weird little year of 4 challenges that I've been doing. I don't know if they have any value outside. I think what it is, what I'm becoming aware of is that it has value. I know it has value. A lot of people have told me that it's been inspiring to watch me do this much, but, or specifically to see me, like the specific things that I've shared. Like, I know it has value, but I'm not sure it has like specific minute value, or if it has like an overall value to be like, oh, that's cool. You can just kind of create your own life. And so that doesn't mean, it's weird to say, but I understand then that means you don't have to watch it all in order to get that overall bit of inspiration. And that's actually fine to me. It's the same way that there's like famous people that we see do something for 1 minute and you might feel something from that, and you don't watch the 12 to 15 or 20 years that they put into it training for it. You just watch that 1 minute and you're moved. Like, I get it. Like, I understand that this is way too much for almost anybody, including people who love me. Whoops. I don't know why it like glitched out, so maybe that's a sign. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you feel inspired in your own life to follow your weird dreams, and I'm definitely tired of doing challenges, so that's not a good feeling to have right before starting one that's another 1.5 years long, but I said I would do it, so I'm going to do it. Here's my only disclaimer. If you know who gets impeached, I'm off the hook, and I'm stopping. Because I'm very tired, and this has all been to kind of help me get through things. I'm very tired. 52 Dreams has been hard because it isn't really helping me get all the things done that I had really wanted to get done. I'm finding I'm just assigning myself new things that are weird because I just like weird. And maybe because I like stalling on the things that don't matter to me anyway, like paperwork for random things or cleaning. So it's been kind of hard to realize through these challenges that I just kind of am what I am. I like writing a lot of songs. I like, well, maybe not. I guess it's been fun learning how to be more public. So the first year, yes, I already wrote that many songs before that 365 challenge, but it was fun to learn to be public. And then, yes, I'd already made lots of slated albums, but in year 2, I actually released an album every month, and that was different. And in year 3, which I'm still in the middle of, but I'm deciding to jump over somewhat, or just make my life crazier in order to fit it all in 4 years. You know, year 3, I know that I had wanted to develop the confidence to just get a lot more done. But this one's been kind of the hardest because there's not a lot of like social rewards to just checking things off a to-do list. And I don't know, maybe work is hard for me now that I'm not getting grades all the time. Maybe that's what I learned so far this year, is that the reason I don't get a lot of things done is because, you know, when I was a kid and getting all A's, it was because I was getting affirmations all the time. And as an adult, you know, maybe that's what this challenge was. It was the 52 Dreams. It was just a way to give myself affirmations. Like, good, you did something in a week. Cool. Next thing, next thing, next thing. And it's like, clearly I must be someone who needs affirmation. Which is ironic then that I have a mostly quiet YouTube channel. Like, this is not very interactive. I understand these aren't that interesting to most people. They're just very strange and just me talking. And now finally this 444 Hearts challenge. I mean, I know what I want to get out of it. It's kind of weird stuff. I probably shouldn't tell you. I guess maybe the thing that I will tell you is that I'm aware that I'm very aware that I'm not very relatable. Like, people who want to be following what I do and want to connect with me, I think can't a lot of the time. My songs are about feelings, they're existential, they are quiet, they're floaty and piano and classical sounding a lot of the time, or they're cute little ukulele songs, but they're maybe not relatable. Or if they are relatable, they're just not of a genre that you're into. And I think that new angle for no reason. Maybe I just need a year and a half where I do something that connects a little bit more with people. I think that when I used to do musicals, not the weird ones that I wrote, maybe my first one was actually pretty relatable, but yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes I do wish that who I was naturally was more relatable. Like, I didn't mean to like writing weird art songs. If that's what you'd call them, I don't know what other people would call them, but I'm aware that they're weird and that they're not a mainstream sound. And I think this is a time where I want to be a little bit more connected to all people. Probably doesn't help that I set it out there pretty obviously that this is my way of getting through politics, but because I clearly state which side I'm on all the time. And I don't mean to be on a side. I just, because I actually do see a lot of points in the side that's worried about our economy or worried about a lot of things. I'm not, I have a lot of moderate views, but I don't know. But people know how I feel about that specific man. You know, separate from politics, that specific man is bleh to me. I can't understand how somebody that disgusting and distasteful became a leader in our society. I find it disgusting. But, and I think some people look the other way because they like the types of results he's able to get by being so disgusting. But I don't really want to talk about that. I just want to connect with everybody and play some fun cover songs or moving cover songs or feelings cover songs or healing cover songs. And I want to use this challenge as just a way to be alive in my own life during a time in history that it's actually very hard feeling to be alive in our own lives with all the things that we're finding out about now. It's just a different time in history to know this much, like this much bad stuff. You know, when I was a kid, we did not have all of this information at our fingertips all the time about the environment, about anything. It's just, there's a lot of things that are wrong in the world. I don't think cover songs are going to fix anything. I'm just literally trying to keep myself sane by driving myself crazy. See, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. This challenge is very strange. I think it's a little bit performative. I think it's, like I said, I think I've lost touch with what it feels like to connect with people at a mass level. And I don't think that masses would be watching so much as I think that I don't know. Maybe being in Cloudlight has taught me something. Like in Cloudlight, we encompass more sounds than just my sound. And by encompassing more sounds, I feel like we reach a wider variety of people like us. And maybe being in Cloudlight has created a feeling in me of sort of missing that. I almost consider getting back into musical theater. But I don't think that's exactly right either. Anyway, that's my announcement. Stay tuned. Bye.